Well, hello and welcome back, my body language buddies. Do you see? Uh, Let me see. I don't know why this is freezing. I don't know why. Okay, let me see. Why is this freezing? I froze completely. I'm trying to understand why this is freezing. I think it's all right, but let me know if it's okay, if you are have good sound and good video. Have certain problems here. All right, my monitor is doing well. Okay, I'm going ahead with this. I don't know why my monitor is doing crazy things, but I'm gonna start. Okay. Welcome back, my body language buddies. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the body language guy, and we are in this live stream talking about the case of Nicola Bulley, who disappeared on January 27. And I will be giving you all the insights about what are the facts. What are the facts that we know so far? In this live stream, I will be just being a general comments about these facts. About the body language and behavior, I will be giving some insights, some general insights, but you can understand that this is an ongoing investigation, and as such, we have to be very careful about what we say and what we discuss. Before we begin, remember that I've got my 100 body language tips. Wait a second, I have to click on this. I've got my 100 body language tips absolutely free in the link in the description of this video. 100 body language tips on a single PDF that you can download right now or at the end of this live stream. And today's case, or the case that we are going to review, is going to be with the help of Madeleine Case Tweets on Twitter, who made this compilation of all what we know, all that is public. All this is public out there, okay, from the media, from the official sources. So this is only a way to organize everything in a single space. So thanks to her. There's also the link in the description of this video to her Twitter account if you want to follow her, and I strongly encourage you to do so. So without further ado, let me, just in case this out of the way, I think we're ready to begin. Everything is going fine. So this is the first, a thread of facts. Nicola Bulley. What is going on with her? May she be found safe and her family get the answers they deserve. Nicola disappeared. There's a typo in here. The only correction that we need is January 27. Nicola disappeared January 27. At 8:43, she was walking along a path after dropping off kids at school. In nature. At 9:01, joins a work call. It was a Teams call, a conference call with other colleagues from her job, from her work, and she had the camera off and the microphone muted. Okay, so she was participating in the Teams call and the conference call with other people, but they couldn't hear or see her. That is important. 9:10, witnesses sees her walking dog. Okay, what it says? Have some. Okay, let me see if it will be better this way. I'm trying to change the. Okay, this. I think it's working better this way. Have certain issues. 9:30, work call ends, but Nicola Bulley stays logged on. 9:35, phone and dog are found at bench by the river. There's a observation about this. I originally thought that the dog was found at the bench, but this is wrong. The dog was not found at the bench. He was found by the roadside. And this is important. We're going to mention this in the middle of this live stream because that is an important detail. The dog was not found by the bench. The dog was by the roadside. Dog is completely dry but very agitated. The dog was running down the road beside where she was allegedly sitting, where she left the phone. They found the phone, the harness, and the lead of the dog in a bench near the river. It's important to comment that something happened in December because Nicola is an avid social media poster, but December 7th, she stops all social media and never posts again. Again, this can be anything. Many people, maybe they take a break on the holidays on social media. That is, I've done that. I did that the past December, by the way. So that could be nothing. Maybe she needed a break, but not having posted anything since then, well, that is a bit odd. But it's just a clue. We are not reaching any conclusions here. I ask you to keep all your. Oh, wait a minute. All right. Okay, I just want to, because my system is all frozen on one side. The monitor is telling me that everything is okay, so I'm just going anyway. If you see anything strange, choppy, or anything with my live, please tell me in the live chat, because I'm keeping an eye on the live chat just in case. So it could be anything. The stopping all social media posting. Okay. So we also have last social media post is selling a bed. Police put out the theory of an accident where she falls into a river, and that's what they say over and over again, that's their strongest hypothesis. Nobody's making this. Nobody is saying not anything off the record. I'm just repeating what is official on the media. Her sister makes a social media post that goes against that police theory. She says there is no evidence whatsoever that she's gone into the river, and we're gonna see the river in short. Louise Cunningham, please keep sharing my Nikki off the back of the latest police media update. Please, can I add, there is no evidence whatsoever that she has gone into the river. It's just a theory. Everyone needs to keep an open mind, as not all CCTV and leads have been investigated fully. The police confirmed the case is far from over. And we still have clues about this being shared on social media and on the media. For example, this, Nicola Bulley's friend. No evidence she fell in river, and definitely no tennis ball on dog walk. The friend, her friend, is making it clear, very, very clear, that from a long time ago, Nicola did not bring any tennis ball. This is important because there was this theory that she might have thrown the ball to the river. She went to the river to retrieve the ball, and then she fell into the river. That cannot happen because, according to her close friend, she did. We have pictures of other times that she was carrying a ball, but maybe this time or since a while, according to this friend, she was not bringing a ball with her. All right. Reading your comments at the same time. This is something that some of you have been commenting on social media. I think the theory has been put out there by police to possibly put someone on the back foot and make a mistake. That is a possibility too. I agree that that could be a possibility too. Yes, she could swim, and very well. That's also something that her family says. She could swim, and very well. Wait a second. I'm going to try. Closing a couple apps just in case if it's a question of memory, because I'm still having issues. I apologize for this. I'm testing new technology. I think I'm good right now. I think everything should be smooth right now. Okay. So no tennis ball, no reason for going into the river whatsoever. Nobody understands why the police is so invested in that theory, but maybe they know something that we don't. Of course, I don't think they're gonna reveal anything that they know. Now, I want to stress that we're looking just at the facts, at the public facts of the case. As Madeleine Case tweeted, family gives interview where sister implies Nicola Bulley could have gone off. That is a possibility. And research team discovers that partner is in financial distress, in no way implying financial distress is cause for nefarious actions. Just posting relevant facts. Remember, posting relevant facts. That is important. But yeah, there was accounts overview about this, and it's always relevant for this kind of investigations. Is always relevant. There are other failed companies, and this is regarding the circumstances, the general circumstances of what is surrounding this case. A man was reported to have attacked a woman jogger in January in an area 28 miles away along a canal path. Could he be a suspect in Nicola Bulley's disappearance? That's something that we have to take into account. We know that being safe is something that is pretty much it's not relative, but we have to understand that there are dangers outside. And one thing that I'm going to mention here: a lone woman chased along Barrow Ford Canal path by men who tried to stop and grab her in broad daylight. This was 28 miles from the spot that Nicola was, she disappeared, but it's still relevant. Now we enter in the most intricate details. Nicola Bulley can swim, but she's a very good swimmer. That's important to remember. The river in this time of the year is really cold, and I was talking about this on my locals live stream yesterday. There's this phenomenon called cold water shock, that if you are not used to that, even being a very good swimmer, you can enter in a state of shock in a matter of seconds, and you have this reaction to very cold water, just getting dumped into very cold water, and water getting into your lungs, and well, you could not survive that. But I think this is not the case, and a couple experts are saying that this should not be the case. Also, parents claim in an interview that she was in good spirits during their last call. Wait a second here. All right. Trying to fix. Okay, much better. Claim interview that she was in good spirits during their last call. No reason to imagine that there was something wrong with her or that she was attempting something against her own life or anything. There was no reason why to think about that, have that possibility. There's always that possibility, but, well, moving on. Partner. Again, I will not. I already gave my insights of the partner's body language and behavior, more that our own biases and what we can learn from this on my locals community. If you want to see my body language insights of this interview, of his reaction to this interview, then I suggest that you follow me on my locals community. A link is in the description of this video. You can see my private. I thought that it was better to make this assessments in private. So if you want to watch it, join my locals community with the link in the description of this video. Partner gives interview and draws criticism for statement analysts for never mentioning Nicola Bulley by name. Well, I have my doubts that that is something that we should take into account. There are 1,000 other things, not 1,000, but a handful of other signals that we could take into account. But so far, I think the man is in shock. I think, especially because we're talking about a complete disappearance in thin air, as he says, and as her sister says. It's very, very strange. If the river had taken her, if she somehow fell into the river and the river took her around, then took her away, then she must have been found by this point. So that's something that I still don't understand. Still don't understand. Moving on. Police urges public to look for her clothing, which include ankle-length black quilted gilet jacket, black Engelbert Strauss waist-length coat, tight-fitting black jeans, long green walking socks, ankle-length green necklace, and pale blue Fitbit. Nothing of that has been found. They haven't found any of those pieces of clothing whatsoever. And we have this. It was from just a couple hours ago. Nicola Bulley, friend shares images of missing mom on day she vanished. This was, we have this CCTV camera footage. My question is, why didn't they release this footage earlier? Because this could be helpful if anybody saw her being dragged into the vehicle or somewhere else. It could be very helpful to having released this within hours or within days, not 1 week later. I don't know. I'm not gonna judge anybody about this. But it seems that this could have been released earlier to be able to identify her better, especially by the shape of her coat. The shape of her coat, her ponytail, much easier if you see her in the distance, or if you saw her in the distance, will be much easier to spot her. Police claim Nicola Bulley went into the water to fetch the dog's ball, which we already know, and the friend told them there was no ball. There couldn't be no ball, but family strongly deny that she had a ball with her, leaving social media wondering why police would make a false claim. Again, maybe the police is planting this story to see if anybody makes a mistake with their words, with their demeanor, even with whatever they are doing, and then this they will have a solid case of, well, someone abducted her, but why and who was it? Both Nicola and her partner work from home. Longtime friend of partner claims the couple have CCTV of course, no CCTV from inside the house has been released. And this is interesting. Nicola Bulley was wearing a Fitbit, and it constantly monitors heartbeat and transfers info to phone. I don't understand why police or family haven't told us if her heart is still beating, being tracked. This is also interesting. Wait a minute. Okay, I'm just checking out here. Let's move on. But what is even more strange is the Fitbit had been disconnected from phone since Tuesday. This is a very conscious decision. I've never stopped syncing my Apple Watch from my phone ever. It's just routine. Why? That is strange because we are creatures of habit. We have a habit and we usually do it the same way. And also, there's this other clue that Nicole's Strava account. Strava is an app that logs your routes, how you walk, how you jog, and we don't know if she had these routes public for everybody to see, or if they were private. But we can see that she was a person that liked to log in her jogging routine or her walking routine with her dog. So it doesn't make sense that she disconnected her Fitbit app, because if she was logging in her walks, why did she disconnect the app that was logging her health stats? That's something that we don't understand. I still don't know. Nobody has said anything about what does her Strava account says from the day that she was that she disappeared. Also, Nicola Bulley, in the interview of her father and sister, the sister hints that she may have just taken herself off. Somewhere later says, if there's a problem, come back, we can sort it. I do hope that is the case. That, in fact, this will be I think this will be the best case scenario. I think this will be the best case scenario that she just ran away. She just has to come back, because all the other scenarios are much worse, much more worse. Let's just hope. Well, let's just hope for the best. The interview, I am not gonna show the family's interview, but most probably, depending on how the case evolves, I will be taking a look at it at my locals community in a private way. I will not be disclosing any insights about this publicly, but I will be doing it on my locals community. So if you haven't joined there, you can join for free to my locals. And the link is in the description of this video. It's much better that way. I don't want to mess in any way with emotionally with the case. I think it's not the right approach in any way. Some speculation as to inept police in Nicola Bulley's case. Allegedly, it may be, or 1, police not releasing all info and all trick, fall silent or plant stories and let someone else fill the void. Maybe. That is a possibility. Yeah, the battery of the Fitbit could have died. That is a possibility too. Partner friend began filling in void. I'm going to read her comments right now. Police haven't announced suspects or clearing anybody. Now here, this is from Paul, her partner's, a friend. A friend from Paul. Paul and Nikki both mostly work from home, which is why he was at home that day. They have CCTV, and there's a reason why Paul has never been a suspect. Family and friends need these accusations to stop immediately. The fact that I've had to write this is disgusting, to be honest. So I think there are a lot of biases in at play here, especially on that interview with the partner. This case is extremely strange, but we still have a lot of clues to look at. Still have a lot of clues to look at first. All right. The dog was found very close to the bench and the harness. Again, this is not. I don't think this is actually true, and this is a problem with conflicting information, because in other records, they say the dog was found running in other spots that I'm gonna show in a bit at the roadside. So that would make much more sense, because if she had jumped into the river, she had fell into the river, the dog, which is a water breed, would have jumped after her. Especially in you're gonna see the river too. That was it's rather calm. That doesn't look any dangerous or anything. Nikki is an incredibly strong swimmer. Nikki drove to the school and then left her car there and walked to the river. New, Nicola texts a friend minutes before disappearing, arranging a play date for the kids. Well, that is another clue that I don't know what to do with that, but there it is. At 8:57, Nicola sent a text message to a friend whose mortgage she had just recently signed off on to arrange for the girls to go for tea. Okay. Google Earth 360 images from bench area gives perfect representation of width of canal. And I'm going to show it right now. I'm not going to show Google Earth per se, but I have the screenshots. The screenshots are not looking good. For some reason, I have problems. Well, we can see the river. There's a problem with the screen and the colors, but here we are. Here is the bench. I don't know why the grass is black in the live stream, but whatever. We can see the bench here, and here is the river. In the other pictures, you can see that there is no current in there. The river is rather cold. This is a weir upstream, so that's why there was not that much of a current. And you can see the area is rather open. Again, I don't know why the grass is black in the live stream, but we have to do with this. It's rather open, so any abduction from that point to the road would have been a highly likely possibility that someone looked what happened. So that's another thing that some specialists are saying, that she might have already been by the roadside. She was taken at that point on a vehicle, and the harness, the lead, and the phone was taken from her and taken all the way to the bench as a decoy. And this is something that could be done in this kind of situations, but you need people that are really prepared to do something like this. That is extremely premeditated, if that is the case. This is the image. Now you can see the image of the area clearly without any interference. Shallow water on the edge of the canal and very calm water. There you have it. That doesn't look like something that if you fall you will have the edges right there to hold on to them. There's a lot of grass, and I don't know. Maybe the river is deep, but even the experts. I'm not an expert, but the experts say that they doubt she could have drowned in there. And this is what I was talking about. Expert questions if Nicola's evidence was left as a decoy to throw cups of scent. Phone left behind as decoy looked at as possibility. Expert questions if Nicola Bulley evidence was left as a decoy to throw cups of scent. Okay, this is a very slow-moving river, he says, quite narrow and very simple to search. Doesn't seem convinced she is in the river. He also believes phone is a decoy to something more sinister. River needs to be quickly eliminated so they can look at other theories. This is they have to move on. And the following, I don't know if I should show the following slide. Here it goes. There's something that I observed when I saw both the, and I'm sure that you noticed, both of you, if you already saw the interview of the sister and the partner, they use common words. I would like to know a linguist to analyze their declarations because I found that interesting, that they use, for example, vanish into thin air and other sentences that they just mimic each other. I just found it interesting, nothing more. Most probably, I will be discussing this on my locals community. And this is from the partner's friend, Tilly Ann. This is her criticizing what is happening in social media. Missing Nicola Bulley. Please share. I want to start this post by thanking those who have shared and shared posts and who have been out looking and have created such a comfort to Nick's family. Absolutely incredible. However, I can't sit back anymore and not act with regards to the hurt and distress that is being caused by some very inappropriate comments. With regards to the interview, those who know Paul know that he is a very chill out guy, spiritual, dotes on his family, and honestly are used to his silly sense of humor. My husband, especially, who is best friends with him and has known him since birth. To watch him in that interview was devastating. We can see the hurt and pain and can see how much he is struggling to hold back the tears. He is completely focusing on his girls because if he even stops to think about anything else, he will lose it, and he doesn't want to worry his girls even more than they already are. He was terrified doing a live interview, as I know I would be. That is also true. And most people are not ready to give live interviews, much less in a situation and that a loved one has disappeared and there's no trace of them, which of course has to be. It is a horrible situation to be in. Although they did separate interviews, they are an incredibly close family. I don't see any issue of them doing separate interviews. The Nicola's family and him doing a separate interview. I don't see any issue with that. I don't actually know a family as close, so much so that Nick's sister is pretty much living with Paul and the girls at the moment, and the family are together daily. That also makes sense. People are raising an eyebrow to this, but it makes sense because he has to work. He must be on the verge of a mental breakdown. It's normal, and it will be much better if his sister-in-law is there to help him with his girls. That also makes sense to me. All right, and then she begins to say what I already mentioned in the earlier comments. Now, this is Peter Hyatt. Madeline Case tweets mentions Peter Hyatt's thread. This is Peter Hyatt. He is a deception detection instructor, And he's on Twitter too. I'm going to read his thread. I found his thread rather interesting regarding the interview of the partner. In the short BBC interview, I did not find deception in Nicola Bulley's partner. In the slightly longer one, I do not find deception either. He talked about going over the scenarios. He's telling the audience that he is being given various options, of which none pan out. Hence, going back to the first, he is searching for us, his words. This is why I speculate that police may be freely thinking out loud with him. That also makes sense. And they don't think he is a suspect, and they think out loud with him. So why do you think this could have happened? There's anyone that could have a grudge with her, anyone that could benefit from her disappearing. Maybe the police is thinking out loud with him to have more clues on what could have happened. When police are without answers and do not suspect the family member, running scenarios by him is a wise practice. He knows Nicola best and can say, maybe, or that's not her. They think about certain possible behaviors, certain traits, and he says, no, that is not the woman I know. That's not how her behavior is. And that way the police can discard certain options. Context is key. His focus on his daughters may be from police. He may believe that she drowned from police scenarios. Therefore, his focus can only be on his daughters. What can he do? If she already drowned, there's nothing much he can do. Therefore, his focus can only be on his daughters. He would be left without moving towards closure, something that I talk about on my locals live stream. Since it's unknown, I think the worst feeling that we can have, we don't know what happened. No recovery of her body, no formal mourning, feeling guilty for even thinking she is deceased. Listening to the family member, she sounds similar in terms of scenarios. I think the partner and Nicola's families have likely gone round and round with this, yet without an answer. This will enter his language. If he's thinking of what family and police have said. His focus on the girls and his responsibilities may be his means of survival. This is the way that if I focus on my girls, maybe that way I can remain sane. That could be. Referencing them as her girls tells us Nicola is on his mind even as he tries to focus upon his daughters. His smile, the smile that people were mentioning, this is not Duper's delight. His language indicates unprocessed trauma, something that I agree with. Something that I agree with. This could be unprocessed trauma. His smile, okay. He has nothing but bad news from the scenarios. No scenario is good. The only scenario that is more or less, how to say that, it's not acceptable, but the less bad scenario, I'm sorry about my English, is the one that she ran away and she is trying to make up her mind and she could be back at any minute. This is the less bad scenario. The less awful scenario. Constant repetition, the passing of days, yet no answer or recovery to allow for processing. There's nothing to work with. In my opinion, that he is not deceptive. I agree. We go back to Madeline. I agree with Peter folding that foul play is involved. That someone took her away. Has police looked at violent attacks in the area and surrounding area? We know that 28 miles away, a man was attacking joggers in a canal area. And family of Nicola confirms that the underwater search team from SGI will be deployed to assist police in the search. Hope they can eliminate this lead at once and for all. Yeah, I know that it should be called best case scenario, but even if trying to call it best case scenario, I don't like it like a best case scenario. I don't like to uh, call that. All right, I just taking. Okay. Expert Peter Folding complains of lack of protection of crime scene in Nicola Bulley case. Public being allowed to trample on evidence. I strongly disagree with what is going on here. That they are just walking around. I don't know. Well, we're talking about 1 week later this happened, so it's long enough, but it should be close. It should be still close. So many curious people just going around here. I don't think it's a good idea. And this is the last clue that we have. The Nicola Bulley dog was found by this road here. This road. Running around not by the bench or the river. Her dog would have followed her to the roadside. Why did police ignore the possibility of her being taken or lured into a vehicle? Phone could have been left on bench as decoy to trick cops. And this is what we know so far. This is what we know so far. Yeah, if only the dog could talk. Okay, I'm gonna read some of your comments now because this is the last clue. This is what we got so far. As you can see, it's a very delicate case. I will never wish this on any person because but it would be horrible to not know what happened to your loved one. It's that uncertainty, and even the fact of thinking that they just ran away. It's mind-boggling. Like I mean, why, or who took her, or what happened if she fell into the river? So many options, and this is not something that's why I agree that the family must be supported at this time at all costs until we find out more. I have some insights about this. I have further insights, but I cannot share them publicly because they are my personal and professional views about this case. So again, if you want, you can join my locals community with the link in the description, and you can also download my 100 body language tips and be notified as soon as I have something further insights about this case. You will be notified after you download my free 100 body language tips. My body language buddies, I'm going to try to find out more about this case. As long as I have more information about this case, I will be having another live to have further discussion, and keep this one for further reference. It's a lot of information. It's still a puzzle, and I think the only silver lining that we have of Nicola and this mystery is that we are still hopeful that she appears alive and well, and everything turns good at the end. I don't know how to say this, but this is what we should be hoping for. My body language buddies, my name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the body language guy, and until we meet on another video or another live stream, remember the two most important words: much love and bliss. Bye-bye.